Tonight's tactical enhancement is Okinawa Dark. Tonight we're playing Black Powder, and it's the second part of the last game that we did. Lou has brought his dastardly French, who managed to kick my ass off the table last game, and the Prussians, by some miracle, have taken the very thing that they failed to capture last game and are now defending it against the French. So it's a rematch, only we've changed sides. So the Prussians have 50% of their forces on table, or a bit less because I wanted to have both of my cannon, and the French are at full power but no cavalry. Oh, there is a little bit of cavalry. So this is 450 odd points of French, and the general's a Prussian fellow today. He's in disguise. He's been very sneaky. Whereas I've got probably about 220 odd points, give or take, of Prussians on the table. From turn 2 onwards, we start rolling a dice, and a roll of 5+ means the unit turns up, and every turn you get an extra dice. So it's very unlikely everyone will turn up, but we'll bring him on as we can. And that's it. Now, who gets the first turn?
Attacker.
The attacker gets the first turn, and what they can't do is launch an assault. What they want to do, eventually, is to basically capture the settlement, the farmstead there. Wow, they've gone and deployed well away from my fucking cannon. Alright, well, what we'll do is get stuck into turn 1 French. We'll check in after that. End of French turn 1. First thing that happened is these cavalry went galloping down the far end of the table, taking the bloody guns with them. That's annoying. Then they advanced the line 1 move. They actually wanted to get a bit closer, but they only got 1 move out of the orders. Then the skirmishers failed to pass their morale. Sorry, not morale, their leadership to move. So this column just went past them and said, screw you then, we'll keep the advance going, and they went 1. There's a bit of sporadic shooting. Took 1 casualty off of that unit of landwehr on the hill there. Otherwise, their shooting was ineffective. So we'll now roll. We're actually doing reserves from turn 1, not from turn 2, probably because this is a fast game. We won't have that many turns. And I need a 5+, is it?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, somebody didn't get the fucking memo. We'll check in at the end of Prussian turn 1. End of Prussian turn 1. It went more or less to plan insofar as I sort of have one. My Jaegers, who've got nothing else to do, have decided to run over here and occupy the building. That means that, they can't get in this turn. They'll do that next turn. Given there's nothing coming down this flank, I've moved this unit of musketeers out on the flank to do something to these guys, and but I left enough space for the cannon to have a blat at these fellows. Took a wound off. These guys deployed into line, which is not optimal, but I've got to do something. There's just extraordinary odds against these guys. They're basically fucked. They're here to die. Took some shots at these guys, did nothing. These guys moved down the hill a little bit, put a round out at the skirmishers who saved. The important thing was we had to turn the cannon around and shoot, because these cavalry are way too dangerous over here left unmolested. So we molested them good, 2 wounds and a disorder, so that'll stop them from attacking us next turn, which is exactly what I need, because I'm in dire need of reinforcements, as one might expect. And those cavalry were set to ruin my day. So on that note, we shall go into French turn 2, and I shall get another beer. End of French turn 2, and the inevitable charges happened. Before that happened, however, these guys formed a blob and took a couple of shots at these guys. Didn't kill any, but they did disorder them. There was point blank fire. Let's see. They charged here. We stood and shot, took a wound off, disordered them. So they were a bit less effective in the fight, but they got a lot of support. And over here, this lot charged up the hill. Yes, and we didn't do anything with the defensive fire there. And these guys came up on the flank as a blob to make life interesting. Now, it turns out this lot couldn't do anything this turn, which is exactly what I needed. So at the end of the turn, this commander came around to sort them out. In the fight, we did this one first. And I think you did two... No, you did one wound?
I did 2 wounds.
Oh, you did 2 wounds?
I did 2 wounds.
And what did I do to you?
You did 1 wound.
Alright, did 1 wound. I've got the hill. You got support. I have support from the cannon for that unit, so that was a dead tie.
Yep.
Over here, disordering them on the way in was crucial. That's the only reason I'm really here. It's interesting, I've been hitting more, but you've been saving more. You knocked off 2 out of this unit, and I think I got 1 out of yours.
Yes.
So
one through closing fire and 1 through melee.
That's right. So I actually lost this fight, but we rolled rather well on the morale, so we stayed there. So I feel I got a bit lucky because in theory these guys should have pushed through, which means that my artillery would have maybe had 1 turn to shoot and then be ruined, basically. As it is, we may get a 3rd shot out. We'll see how we go. So that's that. Now what we have to do is a couple of things. We have to see whether these guys, at the start of turn 2 Prussia, whether they their elite status helps them out. And it does! Oh, dearie me, that's not good for you. I'm not going to film it, but Lou has his hand over his face at this moment. And the other thing we need to do is see if any reserves turn up. Oh, there's 2 fingers, which goes rather well with the snake eyes. Look at that. Well, thank fucking turn 3 you automatically get at least 1 reserve. So we're using the old Flames of War rules for reserves. But, fucking hell. I don't know where the messenger is. He's found something better to do with this afternoon. On that note, we'll get into Prussian turn 2. End of Prussian turn 2. It was a good turn. We sent these guys out to chase off the skirmishers. And they did. I wanted to do more than that, but there's only so much you can reasonably instruct. We redeployed the cannon after some discussion, because I'm still learning a few things about this game. I kind of wanted them to come out here. Wasn't viable. Too much hedgerow in the way. There's a gate there, so we wheeled them out. Sent them up here for next turn. Because anything that breaks through, we're going to blast it. And we're going to need it, because I think my cannon's days there are numbered. Fortunately, the bastard went and shot them up. And took another wound off and disordered them again. So my cannons are giving these guys a very bad day. What else happened? On the hill, we lost that fight due to the sheer volume of support more than anything else. And that was... we did pretty well for leadership though, so we stuck around. And here, Lou had a calamity of dice. I don't feel bad for Lou though, because I've got 3 1s in a row for my reinforcements. So we had a tie, but we were both over in terms of wounds. I rolled very well for morale. My boy stuck around. Lou rolled very badly for morale. I think he got, snake eyes?
Snake eyes.
And they fucked off. On the plus side, his other units there who had to roll to see if they were going to get nervous in the service after that, they rolled quite well, so they're okay. So it's on a knife edge, this game. I fucking really need reinforcements, because I'm pretty sure this turn something's going to crack. But we'll find out in a moment. And then we'll check in at the end of French turn 3. End of French turn 3. Oh, what happened? Well, these pesky buggers decided to run back and shoot at me. I didn't want that to happen, but it was kind of inevitable. And they actually disrupted this unit. That's most annoying. The horse cavalry decided to fall back in disorder. So they're still disordered, but they're out of the line of fire of the cannon. And of course there's 2 sets of cannon now, so it's probably a good idea to get out of there. These guys did a bit of plinking and my cannon did nothing. Let's see, what else? Well, the good news for me is that another one of these French units crashed into these guys. And I knew that I was pretty much fucked on my left flank, so I used these cannon to support, which meant that I won the combat instead of tying, which meant I didn't have to do a morale, which is just as well because I'd knocked off another casualty, so I was over. And even though I hadn't done a lot of damage to that unit, probably only 2 wounds, they rolled shit. And they evaporated. That's 2 units now. 2, what is it?
Line.
Battalion.
Line.
2 line battalions that have been chased off by this one unit of musketeers. Most of you to lose dice, really. I mean, you're not doing anything wrong. It's just your dice are being...
cantankerous.
Well, yeah, it's what mine were last game. Less favourable for me, particularly going into my turn, is that my unit of landwehr, basically this unit here was skirmishers on the flank. Now, there's nothing I could have done about it, but I didn't realise they could form column and charge in the same turn, which of course they did. They got in the flank of my landwehr. The landwehr did alright for themselves. I can't complain about the dice, but they were just totally overwhelmed at this point. They've been in the fight for quite a while. And they disappeared, they evaporated. And this unit did a sweeping advance into my cannon. I might learn something from this for future reference in terms of how I deploy. I could have deployed smarter and not had that happen. Yeah, with the same dice rolls, but bearing in mind I've actually been pretty lucky with everything except for my reserves. So, in my turn, these cannon are going to get the shit kicked out of them by a column.
No, I've got that wrong.
Ooh.
I've got that wrong.
Well,
they can't contact.
They can't contact?
No. So I tried to cheat, but...
Oh, that's very favourable for me. Thank you for giving me that one, because that's canister, that is.
You got a turn, though.
Yeah. Was that an order?
At that range, no, you could still turn.
Turn impulse and canister.
Yeah.
All right, well, I look forward to that momentarily. I figure those landwehr were gone as there was just too much piled up on them. There's like basically 4 units stacking on them all at once. All right, that's pretty much it. At this point, I've got to roll for reserves, and I've got to see if these guys use their elite status effectively and unpin. So let's see if that works. No, they're still disordered. And now we will roll for reserves. I get 1 unit automatically, but I could really do with a bit more at this point. And I get 2. No, wait, it's 5+. I get 1. I get the bare fucking minimum that I'm allowed to get. Well, that's offensive. But screw it. We're doing alright with every other dice roll on this game. We will proceed and check in at the end of Prussian turn 3. Is that what we're up to? Must be. End of Prussian turn 3. Well, elite status didn't help too much over here. They stood still. They took a shot at the skirmishers, missed. The sharpshooters rolled a 1 to hit these guys, and then got a reroll, rolled a 2 to hit these guys. They haven't quite figured out the idea of sharp. Fortunately, this lot blasted them twice. Caused them to do a morale test, actually. They passed, but they are shaken, which means that battalion, which the skirmishers are attached to, is not in a good way. They're going to fall back now. We wheeled up these guns and we took a ridiculously optimistic long-range shot at them, just because I could. Missed, but the general idea was just to have these guys in position to deal with everything that's coming up over that hill, now that I've lost that unit of landwehr. Now, my reinforcement, bear in mind here, like, this is the absolute minimum. I was guaranteed to get 1 even if I didn't roll anything, so naturally I only rolled up 1. So I've had no luck whatsoever with my reinforcement dice. All my luck has been in killing Frenchmen today. On that note, we fired canister at point blank range at these guys who it turned out had not sweeping advanced in, so we just used an initiative to pivot and shoot. No pins, unfortunately, but I only had 50-50 chance of that happening. but they have taken 2 wounds, and we'll find out in a minute whether I can do closing fire as they charge the guns. That's about it. Did I miss anything? I'll be moving the commanders around so they don't get overrun. So they're all over here, but they are able to give orders to pretty much everything except for that gun battery, which will either be dead or working on initiative anyway. Oh, and actually, we've got a staff guy here, so he could give orders to them, but, you know, he's disposable. The actual officers have fucked off back to the farmstead. So you keep them in order, son. It's a promotion in it for you. And on that note, we shall go back over to French, turn 4. End of French, turn 4. First thing that happened is this broken regiment or whatever it is, brigade started falling back, but they stuck around for 1 turn to get some pot shots out and achieve a lot.
Have I shot with those yet?
I don't know.
I don't think I have.
Rock a dice. 2 dice.
1 dice from there. Need a 4, need a 5 to hit him. Yeah.
Oh, it's annoying.
1 hit there. And I've got 2 dice here from the blob. So 3 hits.
Oh, that's rather annoying. We'll sort that out while we're here. And they passed them all.
Well done.
Thank God for that. Well, I say thank God for that, but truth be told, their job was to chase them off, and these guys did it for them. Now, Lou did some clever things. At the end of the turn, the disorder came off of them, so they're back. That's annoying. But he moved the skirmishers out of the way. And I decided not to shoot at them even though they're manoeuvring in front of the guns, because I wanted to try and stop this lot by disordering them or something. I blatted them at point blank range with 3 dice of canister, whiffed. Not a single fucking hit. So they cleaned up the guns about as quickly as expected. I mean, the guns actually inflicted a wound, but you saved it. And then the entire bloody lot moved over the top in a swooping advance for this unit, and the other ones following behind. And these guys, the horse cavalry, decided to limber, move, unlimber, and then dropped some rounds on this unit, killing 1. So I've now got rather a lot in the back. But that said, I don't think the game's over yet. I've got 4 dice of reserves coming in next, and plus we'll see whether these guys, see whether their elite status works. No, it's only worked, well, that's the old, it's worked 1 time out of 3 so far. As for the reserves, come on, I need a fucking...
Well, you've got 1, and re-roll another one.
Yeah, one of them went off the table. No, 1. The bare fucking minimum again. Good God almighty. Right, once my anger subsides, we'll do turn 4 for the Prussians, and we'll check in after that. End of Prussian turn 4, and what a remarkable formation. I realised partway into the turn that I've created a killing box, and Lou has marched right into it.
And I helped you create the killing box.
Yeah, well, he's giving me some assistance today. That's particularly with this unit, which he's now vehemently disliking. Okay, so these guys, it's the end of the turn, so their disorder is gone, but they got a pot shot off, did nothing. That brigade's now exiting. These guys about faced. Shot a unit there, blasted the hell out of it. These guys shot at that same unit but didn't do anything. That unit that was there was then 2 over, failed its morale. These guys shot at this unit. The cannon then shot at this unit. Now I moved both up, so both the muskets, the landwehr muskets and the cannon were at point blank range on these guys. Fortunately, they're disordered actually, now that I think about it, because my cannon are looking very close to them. I didn't move up my infantry as far as I could have, and I should have moved them closer, or they would have been vulnerable to you charging the cannon. Shit, hey? I should have thought of that. These guys marched in and shot at the cannon. We didn't quite get rid of them, but we did disorder them and put a wound on. So if they take 1 more wound, they're gone. But they will get a shot out before that happens, which would be very unpleasant. The good news is, with these guys disordered, these guys are, well, they're on column effectively. They're going to have a hard time getting anybody in a clean charge. So on that note, we will check in at the end of French turn 5. End of French turn 5, and Lou's luck has not improved. So the general idea was that these guys, he moved these guys back, disorderly retreat, get them out of the way because they couldn't do anything there, they're just going to get shot up. He then issued orders for these guys to come running around here to screen the cannon so that this lot could get a clean charge in on these guys, which is probably about the best thing that could be done with the remains of the force, given that this lot decided to mill around and make, I don't know, tea, drink wine, whatever it is they were doing. But yeah, the command, including the reroll with the general, failed. So the skirmishers didn't move up, and that was the end of the orders. This lot used impulse to blast these guys at point blank range, disordered them, killed a couple of guys. About what you'd expect, really, from that firefight at that range. So it's over to Prussian turn 5. Disorders come off of those guys. They'll actually be able to do something. That'd be fucking amazing. And now we'll see whether, you know, the battle's pretty much won at this point. We'll see if the rest of the reserves come up.
4 reserves here.
5, wouldn't we? Start rolling on turn 1.
I reckon you'll get 4 reserves.
Oh, look! 2 of them turn up, finally. Although, admittedly, I rolled 5 dice and, you know... I've only rolled 1 over the barest minimum that could possibly arrive. I don't know quite where I'm going to put them, to be honest.
I don't think you need them, Chris.
There's no fucking room.
Nah.
I don't think they deserve to turn up and share in the glory.
Nah. These guys do. These guys have done all the hard work.
Yeah, I'll put them on the table only if we're going into turn 6. We get moving and finish this game before pumpkin o'clock. On that note, we'll check in at the end of Prussian turn 5. End of Prussian turn 5, and it's just rubbing salt in the wound at this point. We shot at a unit that we shot at this unit with these guys, these guys, these guys, and these guys. Disordered them, but they only actually took 1 wound. Meanwhile, these guys charged from all the fucking way over here on a shits and giggles dice roll that I thought was never going to happen. But between the fact that I'd made them reliable and I'd given my commander leadership 8 instead of 7, plus a decent enough dice roll, and I was just under 2 foot away, even with changing formation, we still got in with I don't know, 1 or 2 inches to spare, hit an infantry unit in the side, and then rolled a storm. That unit disintegrated. That's just fucking offensive. That shouldn't have happened. Though interestingly, I'm surprised that unit is still there. I did shoot at it with rather a lot. This unit shot at these guys. They didn't disintegrate though. We put a 1 wound over, and they rolled just enough to still be here, even though they're fucking off for the moment. But even to damage these guys, I had to move up into point blank range with my guns and my my rifle. Sorry, musket. I don't have rifling yet. So that unit's pinned again, which is good. It means they won't be charging me, but that's about it for them. I'm very surprised they're still there. On the other hand, I'm extremely surprised they're not there. So, and the killing box now has an extra fucking battalion shooting into it. Imagine being in the middle of this shit show. That's fucking horrendous. Everywhere you look, there's guys shooting at you, or at least the smoke from them, and your main guns have chuffed off. Cavalry's nowhere to be seen. It's on the other side of a hill somewhere. So, are we going to do turn 6? Nope. Yeah, I don't blame you. I'd be citing family relations. Somebody married somebody. We've got an auntie in Germany, don't you know? We're friends. Keep the holiday home. Wow. We've had some strange luck in our battles. Every battle, the luck goes wildly in one direction or another. I mean, admittedly, I had fuck all reserves turn up, but the dice everywhere else was so good, it didn't matter. Anyway, what have we learned?
Defensive positions are very hard to carry.
Yeah.
Extremely hard to carry. Put German troops behind a hedge in a town and on top of a hill, and you need to attack them with overwhelming strength. And even then, you if they roll well on their morale, like this unit musketeers fought extremely well.
Oh, I can't believe what they pulled off.
And trying to think one turn ahead of the game move.
I've still got to learn a bit in that space.
Position, and funneling the attack, which is I was going to attack here. Thought, no way, I'll go up here.
Yeah, that was not going to be fun.
And the killer move was disordering and putting 3 casualties on the guard cavalry.
Yeah.
That completely stopped my enveloping move. I could have driven your reserves into squares while the horse artillery pounded them. That's why I kept the horse artillery with them. But you disordered, put 3 casualties on them, and then your troops decided to stick around on top of the hill, which just made it so difficult. So a well-played game.
Thank you, sir. And I should flag that Lou gave me some coaching along the way, because there's some things I don't know about the game yet, and that proved very useful. Like these guys being in that position, I didn't realise I could move them there quite that quickly. I also didn't realise I couldn't move them over that hedge. But we figured there's a gap there, which is presumably how they got in.
Yeah.
And there's some things I learned, like you can move up to a building, but you can't move into it in the turn that you move. So that's a turn of shooting I didn't have. Not that my sharpshooters were aiming very well today. Lots of if, buts, and maybes. There's subtleties to this game I haven't figured out yet. But like Lou suggested I put them in line. That proved decisive. He also suggested putting these guys in line. That proved decisive as they advanced in the close range. This is the first game where I've not taken cavalry, but I beefed up my troops instead. I gave them the reliable and the thing that gets rid of the disorder.
Elite,
the elite
5+.
Yeah, and the only guys who actually fucking used it were these guys, but Jesus, it worked. I mean, these guys failed all their elite rolls, for example, and these guys didn't need to take any. I tell you what, I love taking 2 batteries of foot artillery. That just never disappoints. What else?
It was just an excellent game. You rolled well, and I think we'll switch up the scenario next time we play, because we've each been defender.
Yep.
And we've each had a turn at attacking, and both times the attacker has been given a very, very bloody nose.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I won the first time I attacked, didn't I?
I
defended.
You defended this last game, and the previous games we've had were more open field battles.
Yeah.
Look, I had less than 50% of the points that you had, but good luck, really. I think played a part in it. Otherwise, you would have been crushing in here, and I would have been fighting a desperate rearguard. Although it would have been nice if some of their friends had fucking showed up and actually fought.
I think I got all my reserves on last time.
Yeah, you did. I mean, they didn't come in like stupidly quick or anything, but they turned up in time to fight.
But yeah, we both defenders have won both times in this scenario.
Yeah, and I think last time when I attacked, I did have a good biffo. It went terribly wrong over here against the hedgerow, but in the middle we had a good fight.
We had a good fight, yeah.
Well, hey, you've got Austrians too, don't you?
I sure do.
Oh, let's bring them out for a change of scenery.
Love to.
Yeah, that'll be because Austrians fight differently to the French.
Totally.
Right, well, on that note, it's time to crank open the beers, give these poor fuckers a break.
Schnapps.
So thanks for watching. Feel free to hit like, subscribe, tell your friends, but for now, it's time to call it a night.